Hello again, this is Robert Veach here, and this is my video review of a 300 watt LED grow light panel, and that is the company name, and it comes with the unit itself, a little instruction manual, specification sheet, a US plug to plug in the back, and a little bag of cables to suspend the unit over your growing area. Now, some of the neat features of this light I'm going to go over, and we're going to demonstrate how to operate this light. You can see all the LEDs right here. This is a full spectrum type of light, so it uses a balanced amount of light to mimic the sun. Now, there's a switch on the back I'm going to show you to control the light color of this. This unit consumes about 93 to 180 watts. We're going to measure that, and it's equivalent to a 1800 watt HPS-MH unit. Now, the closer you go to your plants, the more lumens you're going to get, and I'm going to show you a chart that defines that. And the closer you go, the smaller the surface area is that it's going to light up, which is why the lumens goes up. This will work up to 59 inches away from your source, and when you're 59 inches away, it'll produce a 78.7 by an 86.6 area that will be covered by the lights. And at that distance, it's 1200 lux. And if you were to go only about 11.8 inches away from your plants or your soil, it would be 1800 lux. And that would be 370 square inches. At 59.1 inches away, it is 6,815.4 square inches. Now, there's an internal fan on here to keep this cool, and I'm going to demonstrate how cool this actually runs. It's pretty amazing. Uses aluminum as a heat sink source and actually to hold the structure together. These little reflectors are set at 60 degrees to balance and send the LED light out to focus the energy to your plants properly. And this unit has a socket in the back to expand to other compatible units that could be controlled by this unit. Now, it comes with a 12-month warranty and a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. So let's look at turning this unit on, but before we do that, let's look at the back of the unit so we get an idea of what's on here. You can see that it has a main power switch, and then it has a 1 and a 2. And then you have your power right here, which is going to be from the included cord. And then this, I assume, is to expand to another unit so that you could have this switch control another unit. The camera's having a hard time picking it up because it's all black here, but that looks like a plug that you could plug in another unit to. So on here, you could also notice that there is a fan in the center right here that is going to come on, and that's going to keep the unit cool. And on the side of the unit, there is openings to allow the air to draw in through that fan to keep the unit very cool running, which is nice. So those two settings, there is a vegetable setting and a bloom setting. And the bloom setting is when you just have your seedlings started. Once they start coming out past the soil, you're probably better off going to the grow setting. And that's pretty much how you can control from seedlings to actually growing. So we're going to plug this unit in with the included cable, and we're going to take some temperature measurements, see how cool it runs, and look at the difference in the light between those two settings. And then later on, I'm going to, that's where that plugs right into right there. Let me show you that right there. And then later on, I'm going to hook this up and suspend it and do some time-lapse growing of some of my seedlings. So let me plug this in. I'm going to plug it into a watt meter, and it's going to allow me to measure the watts. And let's put it on the side right here. Let's turn the switch on. And there the unit came on, very bright as you can see. And right now I have it in the number 2 position switch. And then you could switch it to the number 1 position switch. So one of those is the vegetable growing position, the other one is the bloom. Now if we look at the power that's being consumed, let's take a look at that here on the watt meter. So it looks like, if I get the cords out of the way here, looks like we're getting, let's go to the watts. We're getting 83 watts of consumption. And if I change the switch, it goes to 93 watts. So you can see that one of the positions takes more, which is the grow position. So basically we're under 100 watts. So you can see how efficient that really is. There were less than 100 watts. This thing's producing a lot of lumens of light. So, and I'm going to show you a temperature so you get an idea of how efficient this is. If this was regular incandescent bulbs, or if it was any other type of light, halogen for instance, it would be generating so much heat that my hand would be getting burned right now. So I have a temperature meter right here, and my table is at 68 degrees. And if I point it to this display, it goes to 70 degrees. It's hard for the camera to pick that up. So it's at 70 degrees right now, which means that this thing is only increasing the temperature 1 or 2 degrees above the ambient room temperature. Going over some of the specifications of this, the model number is the 300W Plus, and it's 300 watt unit, plus or minus 5 watts. It has a dimension of 12.5 by 8.7 by 2.6. It weighs 1,374 grams. Now there's 80 pieces of red 630 nanometer LEDs. There's 32 pieces of blue 465 nanometer. And that's in the growing model. In the bloom model, it uses 82 pieces of red 630 nanometer and 16 pieces of red 660 nanometer and 8 pieces of yellow 595 to 605 nanometer and 4 pieces of amber 1800K and 2 pieces of infrared 730 to 740 nanometer. So what this is telling you is that it has a nice balance of all those lights to give you the full spectrum in both the vegetable growing mode and the bloom mode. And the working life of these LEDs is 50,000 hours, which means this is going to basically last you a lifetime. So included, you see 2 large hooks connected to 2 cables per hook. So you have a total of 4 cables. And on the back of that, it has these nice little loops. And included are 4 little loops that you would feed this in, and then drop this down, and then feed this into the little corner piece right here. And after you do all 4 of them, you should be able to suspend this using those 2 hooks in a vertical direction. And we're going to set this up, and we're going to see how it grows some seedlings that I have. So what do I think about this 300W grow light? And the company is right there, JCB RITW. I think this is a great value. I think this is very well built. The unit runs cool. It grew my seedlings quite rapidly. It's quite a nice looking unit. It's not too heavy. The holders work fine, and it grew my plants the way I expected. So I'm going to give this product a full 5-star rating on my channel. I hope this video review helped you with your buying decisions. Thanks for watching.